Well, welcome everybody. My name is Coach Bob from CrossFit Glen Burnie and Maryland Strong Fitness and Nutrition. And I'm here with Coach Reba today. And we want to personally thank you for attending this nutrition seminar. And today we're going to be talking about fueling for performance. So, we're all about losing body fat, gaining confidence, increasing performance, and reclaiming our health. And CrossFit Glen Burnie and Maryland Strong Fitness and Nutrition delivers results for life. All right. So I have a question for you. Have you ever started a workout and quickly realized that you didn't have enough in the tank to finish it? I mean, have you ever hit that wall and just looked at the clock wondering, why is it moving so slow and I just don't have the energy? Odds are that you've experienced that feeling before, and myself included. And I actually saw this happen in the gym. This was on a Saturday, and we had a member who was dedicated to working hard. They were coming in every day. They were really working at high intensity, but they, after their workout, they said, I'm just not feeling it today. And we started talking about what was going on. And they said that they just felt empty and they didn't have the push that they thought that they should have. And they said that, some days they feel great and other days they don't have that energy. And they were, really kind of inconsistent on that. And they were wondering what was up. So we set up a time to get together with a coffee with a coach, and we sat down and talked. And what we found out was that they weren't eating the right foods all the time, and they weren't eating the right amounts of food, and they were very inconsistent with their nutrition. In fact, they could kind of really figure out that their inconsistency with their nutrition was showing up in their performance at the gym as well. So I just want to talk about the best ways to fuel ourselves before, during the day, maybe before an event or the day of an event, and how to fuel ourselves after the event. But before I begin, I do want to be a little more specific about who this nutrition talk is for. The truth is that a majority of the people don't really need to get into the real details that we're going to be talking about today, or to be really specific, beyond just focusing on eating mostly whole foods, balancing out their proper portions, and eating mindfully to help us to reach our goals. But today, we're going to get into a little more detail specifically about when you have a goal about working towards, improving your performance, or perhaps much like, the member that I was talking about, it just seemed like we don't always have that push. And so today we're going to be providing a little more detail than what we would normally be providing. And, this is going to build on our foundational habits that we have and really help us to figure out how we should be fueling ourselves for performance. So let's dive in and starting how to fuel for the day. Let's talk about before. Okay, so this is leading up to maybe an event or an important day where you want to make sure that you have that energy. Well, how should we be fueling ourselves? Our daily nutrition. Well, here we go. A lot of times, folks are going to stress, eat more carbs the day before an event in order to increase your glycogen stores, carbo loading. Let's talk a little bit more about what the glycogen stores are and the biggest mistake most people make when they're told to eat more carbs. So glycogen is the stored form of carbohydrates that we eat, and it can be found mostly in your liver as well as in your muscle tissues. In fact, glycogen amounts for about 6% of our liver's total weight and only about 1 or 2% of our muscle tissue weight. The actual amount of glycogen that any individual can store depends on the factors such as how much they exercise, how much skeletal muscle mass they have, and the glycogen stores in the muscles are primarily used to fuel the muscle tissue, while the glycogen in the liver is distributed throughout the body as needed. When someone uses up those glycogen stores, they start to experience a level of fatigue that can be described as hitting a wall. And this is exactly what was happening to the member that I was telling you about. So, how could he have avoided that early fatigue? Well, let's keep listening and we'll find out. So, knowing this information, people started to realize that they needed more carbs to fuel for their workouts. While this is true, it turned into eating mounds of pasta the night before the big game, followed by a stack of pancakes in the morning, also known as carb loading. This is all wrong. You know, it takes time for our body to break down all those carbs that we were just able to eat and turn them into glycogen stores, first of all. And while carbs are admittedly very important to fuel our workouts, there is a much better way to do this. All right. We're going to give you the secret. All the things that we stress on a daily basis, such as eating whole foods, getting a balance of carbs, protein, and fat, eating consistently, including snacks between meals, and staying hydrated is what we would be telling our athletes for performance and the things that you should be doing the day before that workout. And so in our nutrition program, we really focus on just one thing at a time. So if you're looking for the secret, here it is right in the middle of the slide. That's right, the plate method. The day before your workout, if you're looking to fuel for success, use the plate method. 1/2 of your plate for non-starchy vegetables, 1/4 for lean protein, and 1/4 for starchy carbs with healthy fats. And while eating a balanced diet the day before is going to set you up for success, you also need to consider these 3 tips. Number 1, skipping the alcohol. Number 2, getting 80 ounces of water per day. And number 3, getting a good night's sleep. All right. Now that we've discussed the day before the workout, let's talk about the best way to set ourselves up for success the day of that important workout. You know, with events such as like the CrossFit Open, we know that some of you out there are going to hit the workout first thing in the morning, our 5 a.m. or our 6:30 a.m. class, or even our 8 a.m. class. And some of us are going to wait till later in the day, maybe come in at Friday night lights. And we're going to break down our day into those 2 tracks. The early morning, folks are going to work out early morning, as well as those folks are going to be working out in the evening. If you're someone who loves to hit your workout in the morning, you want to make sure that you eat before. Remember those glycogen stores? While overnight you fasted, basically you weren't eating while you were sleeping, and your body started to utilize some of that for energy. And so eating before, it would be a must to help us to replenish and top off those lost energy stores. But remember, it takes time for our body to convert our food into energy. So if you can't wake up a little bit early to do it, it's not really going to make a big difference. And we're talking about an hour or 2 beforehand, an hour, at least an hour. So we should aim to get healthy carbs and protein. And if you're someone who struggles with feeling a little bit nauseous before you eat, try to lean more on liquid sources, such as a smoothie or applesauce with a little bit of protein powder mixed in, or non-fat Greek yogurt. These are great ways to use our liquid sources, which are easier for our body to digest and utilize the energy. So there you go. Notice that we're suggesting carbs and protein, but not fat. You see, fat slows down the digestion process and it delays all that emptying of your stomach, which slows down the amount of time that the carbs and the protein can get into our cells. And so we're just really focusing for that pre-workout meal to have just carbs and protein. And if you're someone who hits your workout in the evening, what we would encourage you to do is to have a normal balanced breakfast, lunch, and a few snacks. And we want to fuel ourselves throughout the day and have an additional carbohydrate pre-workout just before our workout, like an hour ahead or, just like we were talking for the morning. And again, a liquid such as applesauce is ideal. And yeah, you could mix in a little bit of protein with that as well. Same benefits as your morning workout. So the last two aspects for nutrition during the day is first, don't try anything new the day of the event. I know we're all excited. We want to do our best, but trying a new food the day of leaves uncertainty when it comes to your workout hour. I mean, what's this new food? What if it doesn't sit well? And I promise you, having an upset GI tract is the last thing you want to worry about. So stick to foods you know. And if you're interested in trying a new food for performance, test it out the week before. Secondly, everyone loves to ask about a pre-workout. If you're about to do like an open workout where your heart rate is about to spike and you need to focus on your breathing and control it, why add a pre-workout that's just going to speed up your heart rate even more? I recommend skipping that pre-workout and, while we're talking about it, any sugar or candy before your workout as well. So we discussed the day before our workout and the day of our workout. What about the after? What's that look like in regards to our intake for recovery? So a great rule of thumb is to have a whey protein shake or a vegetarian alternative ready to go after your workout is over. Adding a carb to this shake, such as some coconut water, is also recommended to help you to replenish the fuel your body and to fuel your body for that recovery. So good protein and carbs is our focus 1 to 2 hours after our workout, or 4 to 5 after your pre-workout meal or snack. So if that makes some sense, like if I had my pre-workout an hour before my workout, then about 4 to 5 hours after that, I should be thinking about my post-workout meal. And so that just kind of puts bookends around that, being sure not to eat too soon before our workout, so an hour or so, and then trying to get something after, about an hour or two after is fine. And I know a popular addition to protein shakes is going to be a banana. Half a banana is probably going to be providing more than enough carbohydrates for what we're talking about. All right, so we have some recommended post-workout recovery options that we have available in our Pro Shop. And we have the SFH whey protein. We also have a plant-based protein option. And we have Fuel for Fire, which is primarily made from crushed fruit like apples and bananas, or a sweet potato and a little bit of whey protein. And we also have the Ascent protein options as well, lots of different flavors. So all of these we handpicked and kind of selected as being very clean options, and that's why we picked these in the gym. So, not donuts. For those of you who love your post-workout treats such as pizza or donuts, while our bodies are more sensitive to glucose, meaning we can get it out of our blood and into our cells faster, we still want to focus on good quality whole foods. I'm not saying you can't enjoy a treat, but as always, enjoy your treat mindfully and move on. This is pretty important too, being consistent. I want to touch on the importance again and just highlight the importance of putting all of this together. If you aren't eating all day and then have your post-workout shake, you can't expect to perform your best or be able to replenish and refuel properly. We need to be consistent. And that's why it's important for us to have our everyday nutrition dialed in before we start mucking around in the details. As we've recommended a protein shake, a common question that I get asked is what kind of protein or what brand should I get? Did you know that the supplement industry is not regulated by the FDA? And so that means that a lot of these supplement companies can kind of lie a little bit about what they're putting in their products. And you see, when we're looking at our supplements, we want to find a product that, number one, we like the taste of, and number two, has quality ingredients. But how do I find that? Well, I already mentioned that we have them in the gym, and you can read the labels that are there on the gym. We basically want to find a product that has the informed choice stamp on the front of the bag. And this is telling you that they are high quality with truthful labeling. And I mentioned that our protein options, we look for, they're clean. They don't have anything added to them. They don't have the artificial sweeteners and things like that that are just going to be junk, and they're going to be counter to recovering well. So we have our post-workout protein and carbs, but what does the day after look like to help us to recover and get ready for the next one? Well, the best thing you can do for yourself is staying consistent with your intake, especially protein, and allowing yourself to take a rest day. Fueling for success is not about what you do right around the workout. It's about what you are consistently doing every day. Also, consider adding in an omega-3 source. I like to get mine from fish like salmon, but you can also supplement with some fish oils. And that really helps reduce the overall inflammation and helps with the recovery process. So thank you. With the CrossFit Open quickly approaching, we hope that you found this helpful in regards to fueling for success. And thank you for attending our nutrition talk. And if you are looking to dial in those details or just work on your foundational nutritional habits, be sure to schedule a free intro with one of our nutrition coaches, and we can help you to learn more about nutrition, and we can learn more about what's important to you and your goals, and we can help you to reach them. Thank you guys so much.
Inactivity and poor nutrition steal away energy, make clothes fit poorly, and can even hurt relationships. CrossFit Glen Burnie provides the accountability, structure, and activities that help individuals lose body fat, gain confidence, increase performance, and reclaim health. CrossFit Glen Burnie delivers results for life.